bit of a crosswind which is going from the southern stand across towards the riverside. Cork will be playing towards the Blackrock goal in the first half, so it's no great advantage really to either team playing left or right. The interesting, I suppose, line-out this afternoon is to see where Lee Chin goes. We expect Matthew O'Hanlon to probably bed in at centre-back, although as I say that, it is the man that was named as centre-back, Damien Reck, who's gone in there at the moment, and O'Hanlon has gone back to play at cornerback. Chin comes in place of Ross Banville, who was very good from freeze the last day for Wexford against Clare. That was about the only good thing that came out of that day for Wexford, and what was a dreadful day last time out. Sean Clear of Kilkenny chosen the slaughter. We're away in Páirc Creeve, and it's Luke Mead who sends the ball out, but the referee says that was a throw ball rather than the illegal hand pass. It's a point which the referees are going to be clamping down on for a while, and Shane Barrett got that, but he won't have the opportunity to set Cork on the attack. Instead it's going to be a Wexford free for Lee Chin. It's an interesting one, Colm. A lot of talk about the hand pass in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, it's something definitely they're clamping down on. I think 2 or 3 years ago players were getting away with whatever they wanted to, really. I think especially younger players, I know from kind of coaching them as well, that they seem to were throwing the ball the whole time, so it's definitely it's a big point of contention now with the referees, and giving away a soft score like this early on is certainly not what you want to be doing. Here's Chinden from just inside the Cork half of the field, right-handed towards the City goal, strikes it in and gets the opening score today. It's a well-struck one in Murrayfield. Coming up to half-time there, it's Ireland 8, Scotland 7, so it is that close game there. I wonder will we have a close game here in Páirc Creeve in the Hulling. Patrick Collins with a long puck out, straight and direct down the field. No Corkman anywhere near Damien Reck, the centre-back, who picks it up and lays it off to Dee O'Keefe in the middle of the field. David O'Keefe, the number 8, trying to tread the ball inside to Rory Higgins, the corner forward. This time it's intercepted by Owen Roach, of course. The Roach twins playing on the Cork team. A proud day for Bride Rovers today, and Cork have won a free out. It's Tommy O'Connell, the Middleton man, who started the last 3 league games, who was fouled there, and a bit of afters developing there, and a bit of heat already, and Sean Clear needs to get over there and defuse that pretty quickly, Colin Spillane. Yeah, I think that's what you're expecting from Wexford after the performance against Clare. Certainly I think Darragh Egan won't mind seeing a bit of that and a bit of fighting the Wexford players, and they look very up for it today. Cork had won a free. The referee had given the indication for the Rebels, and Kieran Joyce getting hold of the sliotar, and he wants to get on with the game now, but the referee might have other ideas. Again, there's just a bit of afters there. Even when the free was about to be taken, Lee Chin got involved, and Sean Clear has had enough of it, and he's moving the ball down 13 metres, so this might bring the effort into scoring range, but it's just scrappy and it's just a bit sloppy there. It's going to be a free to Cork downfield, and it will be a chance for them. It will be Declan Dalton who's going to stand over it and try and open the account here. Declan Dalton, as we said, very good so far for Cork in the league. A goal here against Limerick, and he scored 8 points in Galway, so it's a goal and 8 for him so far. So he's the first test to flex the free taking muscles from his own 65 metre line, left-handed towards the Blackrock goal. Can he balance out Lee Chin's one? It drops a bit short. It got a touch on the hully of Brian Hayes, but it's gone behind to the Wexford goalkeeper James Lawler, who sends the ball out the field over the head of Ethan Toomey into the mix, into the middle of the field, and it's going to be picked up there by Brian Roach, the other part of that Roach family, inside to Padraig Power. Does well to try and get the better of the cornerback as Simon O'Donoghue tried to tread the ball inside. Oh, this is good to Dalton. Dalton went for a pile driver. Brilliant reaction, save inside by James Lawler, and the ball is broken out to Brian Hayes in the top of the right position, but that was a blistering start there and a great reaction by the goalkeeper. Ball is clear to Charlie McGuckin, and Wexford trying to clear it. Ethan Toomey's in there as well. It's a defensive sideline to Wexford, but what about that pile driver from Dalton? Great reaction by the netminder. Yeah, he's a very powerful shot. He kind of went straight at him, really, but it was as you said, it was a great reaction. Interesting to see how defensive Wexford are playing. They've only a couple of players inside the Cork half, so that's probably going to be something to watch for the game. 8-7 at half-time in Murrayfield. Ireland leading Scotland. The Wexford sideline to be taken by Conall Flood, son of an All-Ireland winner of 1996, of course. Back to the goalkeeper it went, but it went astray. It went out over the sideline. The ball went in the wrong direction. The goalkeeper wasn't able to keep control of it, James Lawler, and it's going to be a sideline to Cork instead. And Declan Dalton, who is very much a sideline specialist, we know he's done it on this pitch on county final day for Father O'Neill's. Can he do it now in the raid of Cork? A point to no score after a sloppy, scrappy kind of start to the game, illuminated by that shot by Dalton and that great save by James Lawler outside the 20 metre line. Left-handed, will he go for the score himself? He sends it low along the ground. The daisy cutter to try and send it inside to Padraig Power, who tries to get away from Simon Donoghue. Ball is still with the Blarney man, kicking it out towards the right corner, pushing it back. It looked like there, referee didn't see anything wrong with it, and it's going to be a free puck out, I should say, to Wexford and their goalkeeper James Lawler. Will this kind of stop-start game suit Wexford, Colm? I think so. I think that's what they're going for. Certainly
it's very damp. You can see the conditions. Fellas are slipping out there. I thought Paulie Powers was lucky not to get a free there, to be honest. It looked like a push in the back to me, but I think the referee will probably let the game flow.
Wexford on the attack up the right hand side of the field to Conor Hearn. Ball's gone out over the sideline. That will be another sideline. They're in stoppage time in Old Trafford. Casemiro sent off after 34 minutes, but no goals between Manchester United and Southampton at the moment. Sideline is taken by Conor Hearn. Only a couple of seconds left there. Only a couple of minutes gone here in Páirc Creve. Ball has gone back towards midfield. Diablo O'Keefe picks it up for Wexford. Kieran Joyce is hounding him out there. Comes back to Lee Chin. Steps inside his man. Has got one already from a place ball. Left-handed 65 metres out from goal. Sends it in. And you can see the difference that a big man like Chin can make to this Wexford performance. A second point for Wexford, a second one from Lee Chin.
Yeah, you can see Lee Chin is pumped up for the fist pump over there, and Wexford, I think they won't be a pushover today like they were the last day against Clare.
They were hammered, of course, against Clare, but maybe it's a bit of a different mindset today. Cork goes short with the puck out. The referee's got to call the play back for a moment. I wondered what happened there with the puck out, but the goalkeeper, Patrick Collins, over the far side, has drifted out towards the sideline. It's going to be a Wexford sideline, far side of the field. That went astray there. Conor Hearn is going to take a Wexford sideline, 45 metres out from goal, bringing you up a little bit closer. In fact, the linesman's flag is only about 30 metres out from goal now, so Cork just to try and settle a little bit. The ball is gone inside with the sideline. Tommy O'Connell does well though. The Middleton man who started Cork's last 3 games across the half back line gets the ball and sends it a few metres to Luke Meade, one of the most experienced players now on that Cork team, but Wexford closing ranks there, making it difficult for this young Cork defence to get the ball out of the fence. It's very crowded there inside the 45 metre line. Wexford lead by 2 points to no score, both from Lee Chin. They have a chance of a third one. The break ball comes to Charlie McGuckin looking for a score, drops the ball in, but he sent it left of the post and wide. Cork yet to settle, Colm.
Yeah, I know it's been very scrappy. They're yet to kind of deliver the ball inside. The game is yet to take shape. Really, a lot of bodies around the middle. So, yeah, hopefully now we'll see them get into the game a bit more.
Cork look for the long puck out down the line towards Brian Hayes, who was held up by Brian Roach there, but David O'Keefe it back there again, gathers up such an experienced player back to the goalkeeper James Lawler, and he does well to swing the ball away to the left hand side of the half forward line, but there's no one there at home from a Wexford point of view, and Cork picked the ball up as they tried to get it down the line. The ball was just taken away from the Cork man, and in came the challenge there of Rory Higgins, and that diverted the ball out over the sideline. Tommy O'Connell just caught a little bit in possession there, and this will be a chance now for Wexford again, who'll be very happy with what they've done so far. Darry Egan and Willie Cleary, Niall Corcoran and Neil O'Loughlin certainly. The last day, of course, 625 to 118 against Clare. They were pulverised in the first half, conceded 4 goals and 17 points. It was game over in front of their fans. 7,000 had gathered, and a lot of them had left before the final whistle. A small Wexford crowd here. The crowd not huge here this afternoon at Páirc Creve. Conall Flood will take the sideline for Wexford. Up the wing it goes. Niall O'Leary in possession, probably for the first time at right corner back here. The Castle linesman steps easily away from trouble. Right-handed sends it into midfield. Ball is just spinning away there. It might break for Cork. Hayes trying to get it. Wexford's right half back Ian Carty is in there as well, and Carty sees the ball go right towards Conor Hearn. Wexford have started the better here. Up the line towards Cathal Dunbar. Great change of gears by Cathal Dunbar. The midfielders heading to the 20, heading to the 13. Inside towards Limog McGovern. A chance of a goal by Limog McGovern, but it's gone narrowly right and wide. But there was pace and purpose, Colin Spillane, about that Wexford attack.
Yeah, Cathal Dunbar there showing terrific pace breaking from midfield, and I think Cork will definitely be concerned. Wexford are giving them absolutely no time on the ball, and they've really been they were all over Cork really for the first 7 or 8 minutes.
Well, they have been stung, Wexford, by what happened a few weeks ago. They have possession from the Cork puck out again. Cathal Dunbar into midfield. Cork just trying to get to the pace of the game, really. Shane Barrett working hard there, and the ball now sent into the Cork attack below. Shane Kingston looking to try and get it for the first time. The cornerback is Shane Reck coming out to win it into midfield. He gives it to Damien towards midfield, towards Damien Reck, back towards the full back line, and that's a foul there, and that's going to be a free out again. And Wexford will be very satisfied so far. Simon Donoghue, experienced member of that full back line, on the ground, picks the ball up and prepares to take a free out. Last year when they met, it was 113 to 8 points in favour of Wexford at half time. Eventually Cork lost by 122 to 117, but that didn't deter them, of course, from winning their league semi-final here against Kilkenny and on to the league final, of course, when they lost to Waterford. Here's James Lawler for a Wexford team that lost the semi-final to the Dacia last year. Here's Lawler sending the ball inside, just inside the exclusion zone. It drops. Lee Chin on the ball again, trying to pick it up, trying to flick it back, and the referee said again the hand pass was illegal. tackle, and that's going to be a free out. It is full time at Old Trafford, and it has finished Manchester United 0, Southampton 0. The second time we've seen the hand pass penalised. I think there was a clamp down a couple of weeks ago, Colm. Definitely the referees were told keep a closer eye and let's start blowing the whistle again.
Yeah, it definitely started last year, I think, in the league, and they definitely got more strict in it. So look, players have to be aware of it. They were, to be honest, even from up here, looked like two blatant shows, so players are going to have to adapt and adjust accordingly.
2 points to no scores. The puck on the free out stake now. Patrick Collins down into the heart of the defensive area. Great work by David O'Keefe again, dropping deep, managing to get the ball, slalom away from trouble, giving it to Shane Rick, getting the ball. O'Keefe tried to take another run again, intercepted by Luke Meade. Good vigilance in the middle of the field by the Cork number 9. Now lays the ball off to Conor Callan. He could try and get Cork's opening score. It's dropped short inside the goalkeeper. Might leave it dribble in, and he's left it drop and wide. 10 minutes gone here in Páirc Creve on Cork Sports Sunday on C103. The fourth outing for both Cork and Wexford so far in the league. Cork with 6 points and a plus 12 points difference. Wexford with only 2 points and a minus 19 points difference, but at the moment it's Wexford who lead by 2 points to no score, and the visitors are on the attack again. The Holly of Niall O'Leary breaks the ball down to Owen Downey, who sends it out over the sideline for Wexford sideline. Cork definitely haven't settled, Coleman. Is that maybe just a bit of a lack of experience out there, those young bodies that we were talking about early on?
Yeah, possibly. You can see like Wexford are really crowding the middle. Cork have very little options for puck outs, and Wexford they're kind of attacking together as a team. There are a lot of overlaps on the run, so yeah, I think a young team like Cork, you definitely want to see a couple of scores on the board, but it's early days yet. Wexford have only scored 2 points. It's been very stop-start, so you'd imagine there will be some extra time at the end of this half, but yeah, obviously not too happy from a Cork point of view at the moment.
Cork, of course, with that excellent win against Limerick. Superb second half performance, having trailed by 8 points at the break. Then a super performance away in Galway as well, when Connolly Hand scored 2 goals and 3 points from play. And then that victory the last day by 2 goals, 6 points. Imagine they opened up early on against Westmeath and held. Here's the sideline for Wexford, taken by Carl Dunbar. Low along the ground inside. Cork and Owen Downey get the ball away to Ethan Toomey, wearing 5, having played at midfield against Westmeath. Over to Owen Roach at number 4. Back to the goalkeeper, Patrick Collins. Now surveys what's ahead of him and gives it to his fullback again, Downey, who stands inside his own square and sends the ball out to Tommy O'Connell, who's drifted from left to right. The Middleton man picks it up in the number 5 position, wearing the number 7 jersey. He always has a good delivery. It's a good ball inside, this time to Shane Kingston. Again, strong pressure coming in from the Wexford defence, and Shane Reck tries to pick it up there. Ball is going to break away to Damien Reck. Tries to come out there, tries to run away from Brian Roach. Has given the ball away though to Conor Callan. Callan now charging forward, being challenged by a couple of players, but he's lost it again to David O'Keefe, who's been excellent so far in the opening stage of this game for Wexford. It's a nameless delivery though. Wexford are very scarce with players up in the attack there. They're certainly packing the defence, and Owen Downey grabs it and sends it down to Callan, and he swings the ball across the field to Brian Roach, who went off his Holly. It was a loose touch. Connell Flood is going to benefit. Son of Sean Flood, he picks the ball up, runs across and gives it over to Lee Chin. Big powerful performance by him in the early stages. Inside to Connell Flood now, who's overlapping. Great recovery by Kieran Joyce though. Back he gets the Holly in the way, the body in the way. The ball's on the ground, 45 out from goal. Cork have it again though. This time it's Shane Barrett, the Blarney man, inside, maybe looking for his club colleague Padraig Power, being challenged there by Matthew O'Hanlon. That should be a good old battle. O'Hanlon, the more experienced player, but back came Power to try and battle for it. Back came O'Hanlon again. Took a shoulder there off Brian Hayes. One possession and gave it to Simon Donoghue inside his own 20-metre line. Gives it to the advancing goalkeeper James Lawler, and he steps out to the D, and then from the edge of the D strikes it left-handed up towards the left-hand side of the half-forward line. The hands in the Holly scope. It's going to break towards Conor MacDonald. MacDonald wearing heavy bandage on the right-hand side of his calf, sends the ball in. It's a third point. It's one for Conor MacDonald, but a lot of good defensive work at the other side of the field, which you would appreciate. Colm set that one up. Yeah,
absolutely. And like Paddy Power, Matthew Hanlon are having a good battle for the ball, but you can see Diarmuid O'Keefe midfielder, he was just back there as an extra body, the third man in, so they were able to take the ball off him. And Conor MacDonald, a great score, even though he looked like he was limping there a couple of minutes ago, but he great catch in the point there. So again, Cork struggling a bit at the moment.
Wexford on the attack from the Cork puck out again. It's 3 points to no score. It could be 4 at the moment if Conor Hearn can make the most of this opportunity. Conor Hearn misses the opportunity though. It was a scoreable one as he galloped forward. He's missed the opportunity. It's gone right and wide, and it looks like that Wexford are going to bring in Mikey Dwyer into the attack, and that's probably maybe for Conor MacDonald. It is. He's a good spot there. He's wearing a heavy bandage though on his calf, and maybe that's an injury that's been sustained long term, and unfortunately, despite the fact getting the point there, he's not able to continue.
Yeah, he'll be a big loss he's a very important player for Wexford. Kieran Joyce there had a brilliant hook recovery, great recovery pace there to get a hook. So Cork seem to be defending okay, but they're very nervous on the ball at the moment. A lot of missed touches, but that's probably a bit of an experience. So hopefully they'll settle into the game now.
Michael Dwyer, who played plenty of hurling for Wexford last season, comes in on the edge of the square, so that's another challenge. Not as physical a presence as McDonald was there for Owen Downey. 3 points to no score. Cork really struggling for scores early on after 15 first half minutes here as Matthew O'Hanlon underneath the puck out there, being put under pressure by Brian Hayes, gone back in the direction of his own goal over by the riverside of the ground. Simon Donoghue, but Wexford players backing one another up very, very well in the opening stages. A good composure by Donoghue to send the ball into midfield, and away comes Damien Reck as he runs from 60 out from his own goal, singing the ball into the corner. The hand of Niall O'Leary goes up, trying to get possession ahead of Rory Higgins over in the left corner. He's defending now. Higgins, the Wexford man, gets it though, tries to go for a score. It was a half hit shot because he was under a lot of pressure there. Nobody to Patrick Collins, who came out from goal, gave it to Kieran Joyce, and Joyce now has plenty of green grass ahead of him as he runs to the 45 metre line and then lashes it down the throat of the Wexford full back line. Is there somebody in the Cork full back line, full forward line that can make hay there? The ball is spilt away again though, and again it's that man Diarmuid O'Keefe who's back wearing number 8, but he's spending a lot of time back helping the defence there, picking up an awful lot of ball. There's not that many options when Wexford clear the ball out the field, and Cork get it again out there with Conor Callan, but they haven't opened their account yet after 15 minutes. Conor Callan drives it back into the left corner. It's a back's ball, definitely. It's into the hand of Diarmuid O'Keefe again. He races across the field, gets the ball towards the centre back Damien Reck, and Reck now standing in that role lays the ball off as Wexford with their left half back playing over on the right. Conor Flood sent it inside. That's a good take inside by the caller forward Higgins. Can he keep the traffic moving inside towards the Cork goal? It's dangerous. It's gone inside to Michael Dwyer, the substitute, and Michael Dwyer sends it in and gets a 4th point for Wexford. Concern right around the pitch, you would have to say, Colin.
Yeah, absolutely. To me it looks like Cork are going to start running the ball more. Wexford are really crowding inside the 65. Cork are still playing the ball in kind of long, and Wexford just have too many bodies there and the Cork forwards can't win the ball, so definitely concerning after 16 minutes here.
Yeah, Diarmuid O'Keefe picking up a lot of ball. He's gone back out to midfield now for the puck up, but he's going to funnel back instantly and be an extra body back there when danger comes down. And Cork trying to put danger into that Wexford defence. Shane Kingston battling for it, but losing out to a very determined Damien Reck. And Wexford with good combination play get the ball to Charlie McGuckin. He's their left half forward, being chased by Conor Callan. Right-handed he strikes it from the left-hand side of midfield. Niall O'Leary alert to that danger though, races out to the 45 metre line, gets the ball and then gives a long illegal hand pass. Legal it is to Tommy O'Connell. Tommy O'Connell drives the ball inside. Cork looking for something. Declan Dalton might provide it in the top of the left roll now, trying to come out from goal, sending the ball inside. There was a bit of pressure by Matthew O'Hanlon came in, and who's back there again? Diarmuid O'Keefe. How often we've mentioned this man in the opening quarter of this contest. He's there to mop up again. He's in the loose spaces picking the ball up, and Wexford really impressive so far. Simon Donoghue gets it out the right now towards the right hand side of the field towards Conor Hearn. He's sending the ball across the field. Shot coming in from the middle of the field from about 65 metres out for Wexford, and it is the cornerback Simon Donoghue who has put it between the posts for a 5th time for Wexford, a 5th white flag, and the defender getting his name on the scoreboard. But how often we've mentioned Diarmuid O'Keefe, he really is reading the game so well back there. Yeah,
he's given the back line great support, which is very concerning so far for Cork. We're kind of really playing to Wexford hands with the long ball we're giving in. They have loads of bodies back, so look, they're young, hopefully they'll settle down, but we need to get a score on the board.
A quarter of the game has gone here in Páirc Creve, and Cork are without a score, and Wexford have 5 on the bounce. Lee Chin with the opening 2. Conor MacDonald before he went off injured. Michael Dwyer who came on for MacDonald, and now the cornerback Simon Donoghue with 1. 5 without reply. The Lee Sodders looking for something for somewhere. They've only won 4 league titles: 55, 56, 57, 58, 66 and 67, 72 and 73. That's when it went winter and springtime in the old days. Cork themselves, of course, they won a 13th league title at the end of that trilogy in 1993. They've only won 1 though in the last 30 years. Pat Ryan played at midfield when Cork beat Waterford in 1998 in Tullis, a game we had live on C103. 25 years on, we have Cork and Wexford live again. Declan Dalton catches the free by Patrick Collins. Inside he tried to give it to Shane Kingston. Again Wexford players surround the Cork man, and they've managed to release the ball to the middle of the field, and they'll want to clear it quickly into the attack. Is there an option inside? The delivery came from Ian Carty, the right half back, over towards the right hand side of the half forward, and back to Lee Chin now, who's 60 metres out from goal. Thought about a shot, instead laid it off to Charlie McGuckin, left hand side of the half forward line. He hangs his head a bit because it was short, it wasn't on target. Wexford have missed a couple of chances as well, you would have to say. Patrick Collins has plenty of space, he gives it to Ethan Toomey, standing over there at left half back for the moment. Inside to Owen Downey, who was a little bit slow on the strike, and Roy Higgins blocked that down. This is typifying Wexford's approach today. The substitute was there as well as Michael Dwyer. He laid the ball off. Wexford have a chance to another point, and Wexford have got another point. 5 has become 6, and that was all really of Cork's own making. Wexford with the punch, with the power, just with the press there, and the number 15 Rory Higgins managed to get his name on the scoreboard after good work by Mikey Dewar as well. That's 6 without reply now for the Yellow Bellies after 19 first half minutes. Where's the first Cork score going to come from? They must be thinking of a change or two. Maybe Tommy O'Connell, the defender, is up into the attack. He raced up there. Conor Callan laid the ball off. Now Tommy O'Connell lays the ball off inside to Brian Hayes, and the referee is going to give a free into Cork. They badly need to take the blank look off the scoreboard, and they surely will know with a free from Declan Dalton. They need to get the scoreboard ticking over, no question about it. I wonder even at this stage, would Pat Ryan and the selectors be considering an alteration at some stage, Colin?
Yeah, I think he certainly have to. Cork are definitely just a bit casual with the ball coming out of the defence. Wexford are happy enough to sit back, leave them have the ball, and I think they need to start running the ball more, getting a few runners off the shoulder and start breaking down this Wexford defence. Wexford have been very comfortable so far, but as I said, this should be the first score now from about 30 yards out, so hopefully Cork will win the puck now and get a bit of a run going.
And it is indeed Shane Kingston, not Declan Dalton, who's going to take the frees. They have 2 good free takers from various parts of the field. Kingston, Cork's top scorer in the league with 1 goal and 14 points, slightly near the 45 to the 65 metre line, 13 metres in from the near sideline on the southern stand side of the field. Cork, after 20 minutes, have taken the blank look off the scoreboard, and it is Shane Kingston who opens the account, and that's the first real warm round of applause that we've heard here today in Páirc Uí Chaoimh from the Cork fans. I think they've been a bit stunned early on in this contest as Wexford lead by 6 points to 1, and their goalkeeper James Lawler sends the sitter over to the left hand side of the half forward line. Lee Chin is at home there. Again, a measured delivery inside to Damon O'Keefe. He fancies a score from distance. 65 out from his own goal. It never looked as if he had the legs or the petrol to take it over the bar, and it went harmlessly wide, and Patrick Collins has the ball in the hand again. O'Keefe will funnel back to be there to try and pick up the bits. Again, Wexford gradually just pushing back a little bit. It looks like Collins is going to go long at this stage. Wexford now just watching. Has he the option to go short? No, he's going to go long left-handed over towards the right hand side of the half forward line. Conor Callan being marked now by David O'Keefe. Over on the other sideline here is Wexford's cornerback Shane Rake was pushed in the back as he went for that ball. That's going to be a free out for the men from the southeast as well, and the Slaney Sarders a pat in the back there from Simon Dunhu for Rake as he won that free. It's been a very measured, composed performance by Wexford so far, and they'll be much happier than they were when they conceded remarkably, Colin, 4-17 in the first half the last day.
Yeah, you certainly wouldn't think they conceded that. 4-17 against Clare, the way they defended. Shane Rake has been excellent there, cornerback, really tight. Won the free there, but you can see when Cork did get the score, Tommy O'Connell, he got on off the shoulder, took his pair on, got the free, and we need to see more of that definitely.
James Lawler with the resultant free for Wexford up into the top of the left position. That's where it's heading for. That is the ball being tried to get in play by Ethan Toomey, but there was the expense of giving away possession there. Wexford have won it back. They go backwards to go forwards. Charlie McGuckin 40 out from goal, tries to tread the ball inside to Lee Shane. A couple of players around him. The Holly of Brian Roach came in to try and divert it away. Cork players trying to close ranks there. Shane Kingston was there as well. Roach has possession now, being chased by Chin, lays the ball off to Kieran Joyce, who bust out to the half back line, took it, and there's a powerful bust by the Castlemartin man. Ran from the defence into the attack, laid the ball inside into the corner to Patrick Power. He's not getting much change at the moment inside of the Wexford defence. He got the better of Connell Flood there. He sends the ball across. It's 1-1 inside there, but the referee eventually is going to give the free to Power because he was being tugged off there as he tried to deliver the ball into the Cork inside forward line. And this will be a second opportunity for Shane Kingston to get a point and to reduce the margin from 5 down to 4 at the moment. But Wexford pouncing on Cork when the ball is in that Cork defence at the moment. They're not allowing the Cork defenders settle on the ball. They're right in on their faces, Colin. Yeah,
absolutely. No, they're working very hard. But again, Kieran Joyce there, he got off took the ball on solo maybe 40 yards with the ball up the field, won his free, forced Wexford to foul him, and then hopefully Shane Kingston can hit the ball over the bar here. But that's what Cork need to do. If Wexford are sitting that deep, they need to carry the ball, they need to have that confidence, and the last 2 scores now have come from doing exactly that.
So Shane Kingston lining this one up 4-5 metres in from the southern stand side of the field, the old showground side of Páirc Uí Chaoimh here. He's just outside the 45 metre flag. 6 points to 1 in favour of Wexford against Cork as he sends the ball towards the goal, and the umpire will go for the flag and indicate a second point for Cork and a second one for Shane Kingston. Elsewhere today, 2.25 for Kilkenny and 1.17 for Dublin in Division 1B. 2 goals there by Owen Cody. Conor Cooney was man of the match as Galway came back from being 8 points to 1 down the line against Clare. there to win by 124 to 22 points in Ennis. Big result there. And Limerick winning 127 to 115 against Westmeath in Mullingar in Cork's group. The puck out for the goalkeeper lands at the far side of the field, inside 50 metres out from goal by the River Lee sideline over there. A lot of players gathering for it. The Wexford wing back Ian Carty, who's dashed up into the fence. He lays the ball off inside to Carl Dunbar, went over his head, and Cork can benefit there and pick the ball up and clear it down the field with Tommy O'Connell. Now the inviting delivery inside for Padraig Power. Again the pressure on by the Wexford defence there. It was a Connell Flood who was close to the Blarney man. He diverted the ball out over the line. Himself and Matthew O'Hanlon looking after the immediate danger, but at the expense of a sideline to Cork. Just over 10 minutes to go to the break on Cork Sports Sunday and C103, the penultimate game of the round robin series of Division 1A fixtures this afternoon in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Next Sunday, Cork away and Clare in the hurling, Cork away and Louth in the football. We'll have coverage of both on Cork Sports Sunday from 2 o'clock next Sunday afternoon. Now Declan Dalton, could this be his party piece? Could this be his marquee moment? Inside the 45 metre line, he doesn't go for the score, he just drills it low into the attacking side to try and give it to Shane Barrett. Barrett turns his man well, looks to his goal post and then strikes it between the posts. Shane Barrett with his 7 points in the campaign, and that marks an improvement from being 6 down. It's now back to a 3-point game at 6 points to 3.
Yeah, that was an excellent score. You could Declan Dalton, it looked like he was going to go for it. He hit it short to Shane Barrett, first touch, turn over the bar. So yeah, that'll settle him down now, and hopefully Cork can keep the pressure on the Wexford backs here.
Wexford have gone short with the puck out to Connell Flood at left half back, gives it towards his cornerback Simon Donoghue standing inside the D. He goes long on this occasion. Out came the lively Rory Higgins to try and pick the ball up. It's gone instead towards Lee Chin. He's got 2 already, 1 from a placed ball, 1 from play. Is this a second from play? It is. It's a third overall for Lee Chin in this contest, and from a Wexford point of view it just breaks the Cork momentum a little bit, because it was 6-0, then it was 6-3, and now it's 7-3. Patrick Collins again has time to pick out somebody that runs close. It's Brian Roach from midfield, drop back deep to the half back line to Kieran Joyce on the puck out, and Joyce looks away to the left hand side of the field. That's the St. Finbarr's man Ethan Toomey there, walking the ball on the run down the field to Cork move forward with Luke Meade into the top of the left position, being met by the trusty big figure of Matthew O'Hanlon. The challenge came in, looked like it could have been a free, but Matthew O'Hanlon took the ball away legally, says the referee. Up to Liam McGovern, who's been quite so far on the Wexford half forward line, clears it up the field. Cork picking the ball up again there in defence there with Owen Roach. Back to Ethan Toomey, left-handed the half back line. He sends it over towards Padraig Power. Power did well to win the ball ahead of Simon Donoghue. Goes for the score from 45. Oh, it'd be a great boost if this one went over, but it's gone right and wide. It remains 7 points to 3 after 26 minutes, but signs of improvement, Colm.
Yeah, excellent touch there by Paddy Power. He was very unlucky. I think it was maybe a yard wide at most, but you can see the referee's really letting it flow. Luke Meade looked like he was fouled there, but it's been a very physical game, and the ref he's not blowing for too many frees.
Low scoring in Murrayfield, 8 minutes into the second half. Ireland still lead 8-7. Wexford on the attack here, leading 7-3 at the moment. The ball is broken inside fortuitously, but then Cork covered ground and picked the ball up with Owen Downey. That could have been dangerous, because Shane Reck was way up into the attack there, but the ball has been cleared out, and Cork with Ethan Toomey get it back to Kieran Joyce, and Joyce sends it right-handed over towards the right-hand side of the field from the left-hand side of the half-back line to Brian Hayes, who hasn't seen much of the ball, but he's a run and goal now as he goes away from Connell Flood, 45 metres out from goal. The Bears Jules there gets his first point of the day. It's on the board from Brian Hayes, and that'll be a boost from him as well, and a boost for Cork, who now have got 4, having been scoreless until the 20th minute. Wexford on the other side of the field with 7, and Cork came back from 8 points down here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh to defeat the All-Ireland champions in their opening league game, so 3 points is very, very little. The encouraging thing is Cork are settling more into the game as the half evolves. They've got possession from the puck out again. They've got it down the line to Declan Dalton, looking for one from play. It's dropped a little bit short inside. There might be still something for Cork though. Simon Donoghue defending their Cork, making it difficult with Brian Hayes inside on the edge of the small square. The Wexford man Donoghue comes out with it, manages to get the ball out in the direction of Connell Flood, but it's over the head, and Declan Dalton has it. He must have won a free surely as he goes through. He has won a free. It's going to be a free in, but that was a little bit of sloppiness from Wexford. The intensity a bit more now from Cork. It's a bit more noticeable come in the last 10 or 12 minutes. Yeah,
they cut out that puck out well. Again, Declan Dalton taking on his man. Wexford were forced to bring him down, so yeah, Cork definitely look a bit more at it at the moment, and Brian Hayes getting a very good score there a while ago. That'll settle him down as well, a young inexperienced player as well. So look, I think they seem to settle down a small bit now, and we can it's become a close contest.
So Shane Kingston lining up to this. He registered 1-7, 5 points from frees, Cork's top scorer in the 221 to 21 points elementary victory, we would call it, in Páirc Uí Chaoimh a couple of weeks back against Westmeath. That has sat them on 6 points at the top of the table at the moment. They're just trailing Wexford by 3 on today's scoreboard, 7 points to 4, but it should be 7-5 as Shane Kingston makes no mistake with his third converted free. So points from play by Shane Barrett and Brian Hales, and 3 from Shane Kingston for Cork. That's Cork's total of 5 so far, and from a gap of 6, maybe 10 minutes ago, it's now down to 2, and that's much more encouraging as the Wexford goalkeeper James Lawler now surveys what's in front of him and sends the ball over towards the left wing, occupied there by Conor Hearn, the number 10, goes behind to Tommy O'Connell, who's striking a lot of ball from the half back line, down inside looking for Padraig Power, bypasses him inside between Matthew O'Hanlon and Brian Hayes. It's the experienced wily Wexford defender Matthew O'Hanlon that gets it, gives it back to Lawler, his goalkeeper, and Connell Flood comes in and picks the ball from him and races out to the edge of the exclusion zone and keeps it going to Conor Hearn, who was a little bit slow coming onto it. Luke Meade almost stole it away from him, but Hearn recovered and got the ball, and on the run he sends it up the far side as Wexford go on the attack again with their centre forward Liam McGovern. He's smothered though, and Ethan Toomey benefits from that good work by Cork, and they have possession as they try to get Toomey moving down the left hand side. He has it again, the St. Finbarr's man, then sends the ball left handed across inside. Not too much ball being directed now where David O'Keefe is, but another Wexford defender, Connell Flood, is there. He tidies up, and the Wexford men clear the ball towards midfield to Hearn again, and he gets it towards Lee Chin, being challenged there by Tommy O'Connell, who's working very hard for the Cork cause, and so too Ethan Toomey, who wins possession. That's a good batted pass to Declan Dalton, who's only 50 metres out from goal. Now he runs into Wexford heavy traffic. David O'Keefe was involved in that defensive duty. Charlie McGuckin was there. Out to David O'Keefe again, left hand side of midfield, stands up and strikes the ball. It wasn't a great strike, though, not a clean strike. It's 40 out from goal, breaks inside to Ethan Toomey, who's underneath it as well, very much involved in the last few minutes. His clearance doesn't go very far. Carl Dunbar gets it out the left wing. This is the Wexford corner forward Rory Higgins, who's got one already, looking for a second point as he sends it in. It's an excellent point by Rory Higgins. That's a super point on the run. Back-to-back points now for Rory Higgins on the left corner there. He had a bit of work to do. He was being chased down. A very smart finish, 8-5 Wexford.
Yeah, you can see he's a very pacey player. I think it was Conor Carlan chasing there. He was gaining on him, but he could sense him behind him and just tipped it over the bar. So very good score. He's instantly settling into Rory Higgins.
Cork have possession from the puck out. It's Kieran Joyce who takes it from Conor Carlan, lashed it inside, looking for big Brian Hayes inside. A rare old battle there. The touchdown now of the Wexford defender Matthew O'Hanlon, got it at the second time, and he's great power and great presence and great ability to race out of the fence, and he lays the ball off, and here comes the cornerback clearing it up the field, Simon Donoghue. He got a score at the other end. He was blocked down though in the act of shooting, and Cork might turn the ball around. Nevertheless, Wexford still have it with Conor Hearn in the middle, try to get it to Lee Chin. In steps the president of Shane Barrett, twists away from trouble. Cork on the attack. Padraig Power has advantage of space now as he gets there ahead of Wexford's David O'Keefe, takes him on, running inside the D, trying to get to the 20-metre line and fashions a free. That's good work by Padraig Power there. He had that little bit of extra space when he got the ball. He was a few yards ahead of his marker. He managed to fashion a free and create the opportunity, which should be a tap over point for the free taker Shane Kingston. Encouraging and good work by the whole Cork half back line really in the last few minutes there, Colm Spillane.
Yeah, they're certainly getting on top from puck outs. They're creating a bit of a platform there. They can divot the ball. Paddy Power looks very lively so far. He's taken on his man. Now, if I was cornerback Markham, I would have been complaining probably about taking one or two more steps, but his first touch was excellent. You can tell he's got an eye for goal. He's taken on his man, so he looks lively so far.
Wexford will be looking forward to a championship open on April the 22nd away in Galway. It will be a tough one for them. Their only win so far in this league campaign was against Westmeath away, and of course they drew Westmeath in the championship last season, but they won 223 to 115 this year. Finished very strongly in that game. Lee Chin scored 5 points. His 3 already scored today. Shane Kingston has already scored 3 today as well, and he is this tap over point from outside the 20-metre line in the last 2.5 minutes of the first half. It's 8-5 at the moment to the visitors. It should in the next couple of seconds be 8-6 as Kingston lines this one up and puts it between the uprights at the Blackrock end of the field, and it looks like maybe there's going to be a second Wexford change here. Is that Simon Donoghue making his way off, helmet off? He looks like he's injured, he looks like he's in trouble, and it will be Kevin Foley, very experienced man. In fact, the centre back is Damien Rick who's coming off now. Rick will definitely be a loss to the Wexford cause. He was playing well in the opening stages of this, and they look at Kevin Foley, who often occupied the sweeper's role under Davy Fitzgerald tenure in Wexford, so he's an experienced defender. So number 21 comes on and off goes Damien Rick. So they've lost Conor McDonald and Damien Rick reckon, the opening half of this game Wexford have. The substitute that came on originally, though, Mikey Dwyer has the ball now. He's made a good impression, sends the ball to Liam McGovern, who's gone inside the Cork full back line. Kieran Joyce came back, got the challenge in. It was an illegal one, and there's going to be a free in from close range, with half a sniff of goal there for Liam McGovern.
Yeah, like Wexford look very dangerous attacking for goal. They have a lot of pace in the side. They're really kind of playing a running game. So far, it's more like what you think a football game is than a hurling game. Lot of bodies back, a lot of running from the middle. But I think Wexford, even though the two lads have gone off, they'll be very happy with how the first half has gone so far.
No sign of a goal here yet. There was 7 goals in Wexford's last game, 6 of them against them though, and there was also 6 goals in Cork's last away game in Galway. At the moment, points are very scarce in Murrayfield. Ireland still lead after 54 minutes by 8 points to 7 against Scotland. Sounds like a real slog match there in Murrayfield at the moment, but a crucial game as Lee Chen, just outside the 20-metre line, inside the exclusion zone, lines this one up, looking for his 4th point of the day. Wexford leading Cork by 8 points to 6, and the Darkness guys here in Páirc Creve. Chen makes no mistake, 2 from frees and 2 from place balls at the moment for the Wexford man. It's Wexford 8, it's Cork 6 at the moment. We've played 35 minutes, 9-6 I should say, after that point from Chen goes over, re-establishes that 3 points advantage, and we're about to go into stoppage time. A minute or two maybe for the injuries, because we lost a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes maybe with those 2 Wexford injuries, as Niall O'Leary is the recipient of the short puck out from the goalkeeper, back to Patrick Collins, who sprays it away towards the right corner to where the left corner back originally Owen Roach is standing. The Bride Rovers man sends it down the field. It's pretty much 2 against 1 back there. Wexford looked to have read the situation with a touch on the Hully, as Simon Donoghue was very, very heavy, and the ball ricocheted back, and Cork might make something out of a nothing situation, but Mr. Reliable Simon Donoghue is back there as well, or as Mr. Reliable David O'Keefe I should say is back there. He tidies up in the left corner, sends it up in the direction of Liam McGovern, who was claiming a bit of a foul that he was held maybe as the ball came towards the sideline. He'll have to step across sideline. It's a Wexford ball 60 metres out from their own goal on the southern stand side of the field. A good first half for Wexford here. So different to conceding 4-17 in their last 35 minutes of Alliance League hurling. They've only conceded 6 points today. Sport and hurling can be a strange and indeed sometimes a crazy game. Here is a sideline for Cathal Dunbar to take for Wexford behind his own 65 metre line here. As I said, under Darkness guys in Páirc Creve, the floodlights will probably be on. It's the last hurling match of the day, so the late throw in at 3:45, but that's a poor sideline. Not for the first time by Cathal Dunbar, out over the line in fact, only dribbled a couple of metres up, and Cork with an unexpected opportunity to set up a late attack here from in the middle of the field. We have a minute of stoppage time played here, and good news for Ireland, they've extended the advantage to 13 points to 7 at the moment, with a try in Murrayfield after 57 minutes and possibly a conversion to come there. Here's the sideline, Tommy O'Connell to take it just inside the Wexford half of the field, on the southern stand side of the field, down the line. He was looking for a run for Padraig Power, left it maybe a trifle short. Simon Donoghue picks the ball up. Wexford get the ball eventually to Liam McGovern inside the Wexford half of the field. His delivery up the field, kind of chip delivery over the head of a couple of players. Wexford picking the ball up though, will get the ball out the left towards Charlie McGuckin. Can he get his name on the scoreboard from distance? He sends it in left and wide. Poor enough finish by McGuckin. They've been sloppy at times, Wexford, as well, with their finishing. A few chances maybe they should have taken, Colm.
Yeah, definitely they haven't been very fluid in attack, but I think their main focus has been defence, crowding it out, running with the ball. They're doing a lot of that, but at the same time they'll be happy. They look like they have a chance here now in goal.
Here they go, Liam McGovern setting up Charlie McGuckin in from close range, and McGuckin sends it up again. A shot puck out, just didn't go the full distance. A bit of a confusion with Cork there. Last possession they were being turned over, and ball being put over by Charlie McGuckin for his first point of the day, and it's the last action of the first half, and Wexford go to the break leading by 10 points to 6. Would you say overall, Collins Villan, what you've seen is a fair reflection of the first 35 minutes?
Yeah, I think it is. Unfortunately, Cork have been very poor. They've been very sloppy in the ball. Wexford are crowding the defence a lot, and Cork had delivered a lot of long ball, and Wexford, it would seem to be a 2v1 or a 3v2, and Wexford are comfortably winning it. Yeah, as I said, the game is really yet to get going, so I think Cork 6 points in 35 minutes. I know it's a bit wet here and conditions mightn't be the best, but that's a poor return from our first half of hurling.
It was lining up there going in at the start that he was going in there to stay, but he's jogged back out now again. Well, he's going to be marked. He's going to lead the attack for Cork, actually. And it's Kevin Foley, who was the substitute there before half-time in the defence for Wexford. He's going to be the Wexford centre-back for the second half. So it's Barrett at centre-forward and Foley at centre-back for Wexford as we get away for the second half here, with Wexford leading by 10 points to 6. No sign of the lights coming on yet, but I would imagine they will be on sooner rather than later. The first action is going to be a Wexford sideline, about 55 out from their own goal on the single-decker tier stand at the far side over there, right on halfway. Wexford will know that they started the first half very well, raced into a 6 points to no score advantage. It took Cork until the 28th minute to open their account. They're on the attack for the first time, Wexford, but the ball falls nicely inside to where Kieran Joyce is standing at towards the left-hand side of the 20-metre line to send a long raking delivery up the field to Paddy Power, who's worked very hard, Patrick Power, in that first half. Simon Donoghue close to him. Power tries to get through the Wexford defence, being helped out over there by a couple of players. It's tight over there. Wexford just trying to bring the ball out. Looks like they have won a free, and they have a bit more pace and a bit more urgency and a bit more continuity into the game. It would suit him better, Colin.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was another long ball. I don't think Pat Collins had much option. Hit it from maybe 25 yards out, and when the ball's in the air that long, like, the backs have a lot of chance to get over to it, and the Wexford spare man is getting onto the break. So yeah, they really need to start moving the ball a bit faster.
James Lawler with the free, then it hops inside the D. Where's it going to go? Almost ran invitingly for Conor Hearn's Pat. Gone back out the field. Good block down there for a shot, which was taken there by the Wexford number 20, Mikey Dwyer. He got one already, but he doesn't add to his account. It's gone just right and shy of the post at the near side. So we're still waiting for our opening score the second half after 2 minutes. Shot puck out to Ethan Toomey. The Cork wing back sends it towards the centre back Kieran Joyce, who tried to pick it up on the second attempt, and then Wexford just converge around there. This is awkward. The ball's going to break inside. Wexford have won a free. The Wild's legs were taken from under him, and Cork probably had to react on that situation because there was a clear run on goal. It wasn't a bad foul to give away. It wasn't a bad free to give away. The Wexford man had a centre goal. Instead, it's going to be a close range free and a chance of a tap over point. But it was something maybe that had to be done there.
Yeah, they had to take him down definitely in the end, but I suppose Cork were kind of Wexford pressure on him, and Cork cornerback, I'm not sure, was it Owen Roach or was it Kieran Joyce? There's caught with the ball there, but again, very good pressure for Wexford. They're really going after the Cork defenders and the Cork midfielders when they're on the ball, and they're working very hard.
As you would imagine, the Wexford free taker is going to be Lee Chin. He's lining it up outside the 20-metre line, blasted in between the posts, so it's another one for him and another one for Wexford. So having led it by 6 at one stage and being pegged back, they now have it back up to 5 again. I think I needed injustice, in fact, to Kieran Joyce. Maybe it was Owen Roach there. Ron Roach actually changed his helmet at half time. He's gone from a white to a red helmet just instantly. Was going towards the red helmet there, but out of the two of them, they managed to survive without a goal there. And from Owen Roach's point of view, it was a job done in terms of stopping the Wexford man going further through. So here we go with Wexford now, 5 points to the good, and on the attack again as they get the ball towards Rory Higgins, who's drifted out to midfield. He sends it over the far side to Lee Chin, standing on the chalk dust to the sideline from distance. Oh, it almost went over the bar, was just brought down by the Hully of the Coosbara there. Patrick Collins, who was dropping dangerously inside. He got it, 11-6 at the moment. Out the field, Cork on the attack now, looking to make it 11-7. They don't go directly for a score. Into the hand of Patrick Power. Chance for him as he turns and strikes and looks like he's put it between the posts. He has. It's Patrick Power becoming the second Cork forward to score from play today. A first point for him, and that's probably a reward for his hard and strong efforts all through the course of the afternoon.
Yeah, he's looked dangerous. I think you can see there Pat Collins hit the ball. Tommy O'Connell got it around the middle of the field, delivered the ball in 40 yards, and that's a much more dangerous ball, and that was a great score by Paddy Power.
So it's 11-7 at the moment. This definitely is Kieran Joyce over at right half back for Cork. Across the full back line he goes to the outrunning Patrick Collins, who's come 30 metres out from goal, and then left-handed sends the ball sailing up to Shane Kingston, who hasn't seen a lot of it from general play, being tightly marked by Shane Rick. Out over the sideline go the Hullies, and the ball and the sideline advantage will go to the home team here as Cork now with Shane Barrett in the number 12 jersey might leave it to Declan Dalton instead in the number 10 jersey. He comes out. Will he go for one himself outside the 20-metre line? He's threatened to do this on a few occasions. Before half time, when he looked like he was going long, he went short to Shane Barrett. Lovely point turned up for Barrett at the time. 11-7 it stands at the moment. Dalton looking around, just surveying what's in front of him. He might go for the sideline left-handed on the southern stand side of the field. It's heading towards the goalpost. Will it turn in enough? It looked like it was going to be short. It's at the near post of the goalkeeper, who gathers it well inside and gets it to Matthew O'Hanlon. Received the ball there from James Lawler. O'Hanlon with plenty of power just to drive beyond a couple of challenges. David O'Keefe is back in defence again. It's an intelligent ball by David O'Keefe into the hand of the runner, who's Roy Higgins, around midfield. He runs into midfield, shoves the ball away towards Cathal Dunbar. Legal hand pass. Dunbar has pace as well, taken on the defence. Here comes Kieran Joyce to meet him. Then was smothered by a couple of Cork players. Luke Meade was back as well. Owen Roach is there to try and pick the ball up, to try and clear it. This is all about 25 metres out from goal. Kieran Joyce went down, burrowed low, got the ball, came up with strength and with the ball in his hand, and Cork eventually cleared out the left wing, the half back line to Shane Barrett. He sees somebody running outside him in the shape of Tommy O'Connell. Back to Barrett as well. Barrett in the midfield now. Ball just went away from him. Wexford battled back for it. This is Conor Hearn, and Conor Hearn was Conley Shin, I should say, was pushed as he went for it there, and that's going to be a free to Wexford again. 11 points to 7 at the moment. The question is that we saw in the first half, I suppose, was the work rate and the intensity of Wexford. Column, could they keep it up for 70 minutes? There's still 30 more to be played.
Well, they've certainly kept it up for the first 6 minutes here. Again, Cork a bit sloppy. Those hand passes aren't going to hand. You need them going to hand the short passes when you're walking out of the fence, because as soon as you drop the ball good into county players, they've got pace, they're going to be working hard, they're going to take the ball off. In Cork just got caught with possession there again, so Lee Chin has a chance here from about 85 yards out over by the sideline.
Yeah, there's a bit of hitting in this one. 2 or 3 metres in from the sideline here at the southern stand side of the field. Ireland coasting, by the way, 22-7 in Murrayfield. Those tries from James Lowe, Jack Conan and Mac Hansen, setting Ireland on the way to another win and setting up a grandstand finale for a Grand Slam against England next weekend. Lee Chen with the delivery towards the Blackrock goal. It's a monster delivery. It is a monster point by Lee Chen. It is 6 to him for the day. Another free by Lee Chin, and he certainly has made a big difference to the Wexford team, the team captain, since he came back into the side, having missed the last day. 11-7 at the moment as Chin tries to cut out Patrick Collins' puck out, has to use his football ability. Remember, he played League of Ireland soccer as well with Wexford Youths. Kicks the ball away. Ethan Toomey, the really good first half, challenged with Liam Og McGovern. The Wexford man just got the ball first. Wexford still buzzing around the place and looking busy like they were at the start of the game. They've started the second half with the same tempo as well, as the ball is coming crossfield there from Kevin Foley. Have Wexford over elaborate a little bit now. They still have it with Chin working his way towards the cornerback Simon Donoghue, right hand side of midfield. Ambitious, he got one already in the first half, he's got another in the second half. Simon Donoghue with a second point for Wexford, and suddenly from a position that Cork had rolled back to a 2-point game, it's back to 6. It's back to where we were, Colin, after 20 minutes. 13-7 to Wexford.
Yeah, it's not often you see a cornerback with 2 very good scores from play, but again, Wexford are more patient with the ball. They're not hitting it in long, there's nothing on. You can see the support runners are coming, and they're just using the ball a lot better than Cork are at the moment.
Cork need a score. Brian Hayes is doing his best to try and get one, but Wexford's David O'Keefe has been everywhere for the majority of this game, and he was back doing the mopping up duties again, and the Slaney Sodders on the attack down the left hand side of the field, but the efforts of Niall O'Leary forcing the Wexford man out over the sideline, and that's going to be a sideline right on halfway for Wexford. So we're warming up another substitute. There's going to be a third change coming in here, and this is Jack O'Connor coming back into the action. Jack O'Connor, of course, a vital member of the team. Jack and Rory also on the bench. He'll be a championship certainly, you would imagine, and Jack O'Connor on the Wexford team here, and certainly you wouldn't say that he'd exactly weakened their attack. He's going to go in at right half forward here. A big plus to see a player of his stature coming on.
Yeah, obviously an excellent player. He's very big, loads of pace, so yeah, well, Cork certainly wouldn't like to see a fella of that calibre coming on, but I don't think he's too much played this year, so we'll see how he gets on.
Jack trying to get involved in the game straight away. The ball is in the middle of the field. Cork battling with Shane Barrett to try and get the ball away, running into trouble, holding on to possession, trying to give it to Luke Meade. That move broke down, but Shane Kingston is there 50 metres out from goal. Oh, good footwork by Shane Kingston. Lovely tricky as he sprays the ball across to Conor Callan. He's in space now. He should put this one over the bar. David O'Keefe is coming to meet him. He wants to go for goal. The angle is very tight. He went for it, saved it in the near post by the goalkeeper. Probably the wrong option from where he was. David O'Keefe with it though, gets the ball and sends it up the far side, and Wexford can break again with Ian Carty at the far side, and the ball is coming into the attack. Liam Og McGovern not in the field now, remember, being replaced there in the last couple of minutes there by Wexford to Jack O'Connor as Cork go on the attack with Barrett, sending the ball inside, a touch to the back of the net and a goal, and the vigilance of Padraig Power as the ball came in, proving dividends. There was a long ball in. It looked like it might be drifting away from trouble, but Powell saw it, went over to the edge of the small square, and with a decisive and incisive touch into the back of the net across the goalkeeper. 13 points to 1-7. The score and the goal Cork needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's exactly what Cork need here. They won the pocket here as well. Again, Paddy Power alert to it. It was just dropping. You could see he tracked it the whole way in, and a great flick of the hurley. So brilliant goal by him.
And he'll be buoyed by that as he chases after the ball again as they go on the attack. Simon Donoghue there first, though, defending in the left corner, back to the goalkeeper. So Cork lifted by that. The first green flag of the day has come to Padraig Power, who now has a goal and a point for his collection, as Wexford, though, try to respond to that. And tearing down the left hand side of the field is Conor Heron. He's about 60 metres out from goal. He's now only about 40 as he strikes the ball very ambitiously and just left and wide at the near side. Padraig Power then with a goal and a point. There's going to be a double Cork change coming here. Coming on, the Cork team is going to be Jack O'Connell, number 26, and number 24, Seamus Hannity. So a big change around here. Seamus Hannity's first appearance and Jack O'Connell's first appearance. Brian Hayes is going to be one of the men to make way here. We'll just see where the other alteration is coming with Jack O'Connell, the salesman, with legs of course and with speed to burn, could be coming on here. And it looks like maybe it's Declan Dalton is the other man coming off. So that's the two Cork changes. Declan Dalton number 10 and Brian Hayes number 15 making their way off, and we see what Seamus Hannity and Jack O'Connell can do, involved in the league action for the first time this season. Seamus came on and substitute for St. Edith's in the second half, and he's won the ball and he's got the ball and he's on the way forward again, and he's setting up a Cork attack for Shane Kingston, and Kingston has a chance for a point from play, 35 out from goal. It looks good from Shane Kingston. It is good from Shane Kingston, his first one from play, and all of a sudden it's a totally different game at 13 to 1-8.
Yeah, Seamus Harney making an instant impact there, winning the ball, laying it off to Shane Kingston off the shoulder. Shane Kingston tapped it over the bar. So great to see Seamus back this year, and again, instant impact. And Shane Kingston looked like he's getting into the game as well. He made the last score as well.
Seamus at left half forward, and Jack O'Connell inside in top of the left. I was saying he came on as a half-time substitute, scored 5 points to St. Edith's when he did last week in a league game, and Cork have won a free with Tommy O'Connell. Very industrious performance by him from the puck out by Wexford. The number 7 in the number 7 role has this free. He's going to leave it to Kieran Joyce to strike it. 13 points to Loch Ormond, 1 goal and 8 to Cork. Loads of time left in this game. We've only played 47 of the 70. It's Cork's best period of the game so far, because they've rattled in that goal and a point without replying. They're going to be bringing in Rob Downey shortly to the action as well, as Kieran Joyce sends it over, looking for Jack O'Connell for the first time. That's Matthew O'Hanlon who's at the point of the play first, though. Back to the goalkeeper. This will be a test of Wexford character now, how they will respond. Can they come again after that excellent goal and a point for Cork? Wexford had reeled off a couple of points before that. Pressure taken off them for the moment, because they have won a free out, and the goalie going to come out from goal to take it over there is James Lawler. The change on the Cork team is Luke Meade making his way off, and Rob Downey coming on. So that might mean maybe Tommy O'Connell going to midfield. I wonder who's going to pack the Brian Roach in midfield. It's Ethan Toomey, in fact, has gone there. The St. Finbarr's man, probably looking like he's moving into midfield by the looks of it here. The lights have come on in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. A very different scene now. It's brightened up from a Cork point of view. 13 plays 1-8, 48 minutes gone here. The game is just resuming with that free by James Lawler down the throat of the Cork defence. Wexford themselves now having got a couple of good points on the bounce, looking for another one though to respond to that Cork goal and a point. A dashing run by Conor Hearn at the half of the Cork defence, sends the ball inside to the edge of the square there. Who's going to try and get it? Browie Higgins has 2 points already, trying to work his way forward. Wexford have been penalised though. Lee Chin has been penalised for holding on to the ball too long, has he? No. Yeah, it's going to be a free in. It's going to be a free in. I thought initially the free might be going the other way. It's going to be a free in for Wexford, and that'll just break the sequence of scores for them for a moment. It's important. This will be a test of their character. This is the first time really they've been questioned, and we wonder how they'll respond, Colin.
Yeah, I think they'll be very happy there to win that free. I thought it was a bit harsh. I think it was Tommy O'Connell coming out with the ball. He looked like he was being held. Referee blew it for steps, but to be fair to the referee Sean Clear, he's let the game flow. He's been consistent throughout. Great to see Robert Downey now getting a run out wing back. Hasn't played too much this year, so hopefully he can make an impact in the game as well.
Yeah, the shape of the Cork team is Tommy O'Connell at right half back, Rob Downey at left half back, and Ethan Toomey now into midfield to partner Brian Roach. Very young team all round as we watch Lee Chin stand over this ball and this free, looking for the 7th Wexford point of the day from the 20 metre line. It is a point, a white flag for Wexford, so they now lead by 14-18. We're at the juncture of the game with a couple of substitutes made and that energy being injected by Shamie Hannity's run, setting up Shane Kingston, and before that goal by Padraig Powder. The next couple of scores now are important in this game. Who's going to have the battle now to drive on from here? The puck out is low, drilled into midfield, looking for it was Shamie Hannity. Good play by the Wexford wingback. Connell Flood has taken the ball into the attack, kicking it down ahead of Owen Roach. Back comes Rob Downey to try and get involved in the game for the first time, wearing 17 but playing at left half back there as Cork tried to get the ball out of the fence with their younger brother Owen Downey, and he was held, and that's going to be a free out, won by the Glen Rovers man from the left half back roll. A chance now again for Cork to set something up at the other side of the field. We're still not at the 3/4 way stage of the match here, nearly 50 gone here, a bit of shouldering, just a bit of disagreement there, pushing and shoving a little bit before this free is taken. Sean Clear might have to step in. Ireland looking good, in fact it is full time almost. Ireland's Mac Hansen is the player of the match, and Ireland on their way, it looks like, judging by what we saw yesterday between England and France, maybe to victory. Full time, Ireland 22, Scotland 7. There'll be some party on St. Patrick's weekend in Dublin next weekend. Kieran Joyce with the free up the left wing, he strikes it. Cork on the attack, 3 points behind to Wexford at the moment. For the first time in the game, Jack O'Connor getting involved. A cross field lateral pass across the field. Wexford will gather that up now. They'll get it to Conor Heron, having got it there by good work initially back there on the fence by Kevin Foley. Wexford walking the ball out, trying to get it to David O'Keefe. Well seen though by a Cockman dashing in there. That was Shane Barrett. Ball is on the ground there. 55 out from goal. As Wexford Charlie McGuckin tries to get involved in the game, being challenged there by Owen Roach. Wexford Cork have the ball back with Shane Kingston, out to Shamie Hannity. Hannity now being pulled and dragged as he gets away from two Wexford players. Is he going to go for the score himself? He thought about giving the pass to Jack O'Connor. He went for the score instead, but the referee had given him a free anyway, as he's been hauled and dragged and pulled, and Shane Kingston there will be the beneficiary from this. He should put this one over. Instant impression though by Shamie Hannity, as you said. Great to see him back in the action. He's had a good bit of time off. He has been training with the team, but not involved in the matchday squad until today.
No, I think his first game was it last week of 8 as he played a half. So, but look again, Seamus, he's been a brilliant hurler for Cork. Great to see. You can see his experience there straight away. He's winning 2 frees. He's after setting up a score. He's a calming influence on a lot of the younger lads, and that's what you need in games like this.
So here's Shane Kingston hoping to keep his successful sequence of scores going. 4 from frees and 1 from general play today. Cork's leading scorer, as we said, in the league overall, 114 coming in today, has had 5 more today, so this would make it 120 from 50 metres out if he does get it between the posts, and he does. So it's back to just 2 points between the teams again. 52 minutes gone here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh on Cork Sports Sunday, the 4th of 5 round robin league matches. It is 1-8. Scoreboard just playing tricks with us at the moment there. It's there. We're back to a 2-point game, 14 points to 1 goal and 9 in the mix in the middle of the field. Looking for the puck out is Conor Hearn for Wexford. The ball just ran beyond him a little bit. Wexford still have it though, and this is Mikey Dwyer. He's a lively player when he's involved in the thick of the action. He ran into Cork traffic though, and Cork coming away with it there. Rob Downey did the spade work. They've got it out the field. The ball's been shifted away here to Shane Barrett on the run, looking for a point from the left hand side of the half forward line. Barrett has got one. Excellent point. Another one for Shane Barrett. Scored an excellent point in the first half. He's got another one in the second half. Has having a really good league campaign. And we're going to see the return of Rory O'Connor. He's only played 1 half of action since he was injured last summer, and that was in a football game for Wexford last September, and here he's into the action. Rory O'Connor shoulder to shoulder with Niall O'Leary, so a big boost for Wexford to see Rory O'Connor back in the team. Jack O'Connor also on the team. Lee Chin starting today, so Wexford now taking on a more familiar look. A point between them, 14 points to 1 goal and 10. The game is underway again. Wexford trying to respond to that last Cork score as they try to find something. They've taken off Rory Higgins. He was the man that got 2 points in the first half. They've gone for O'Connor, but it's Cork on the attack to another O'Connor, to Jack O'Connor, but David O'Keefe is in there to intercept. 14 plays 110. Wexford back in defence. O'Keefe just sends the ball back. Wexford man gone down there with a bit of an injury. Simon Donoghue plays the ball across to his goalkeeper. Looked like it was an innocuous challenge, but they'll have to be attention from. We'll follow the ball down the far side of the field, and the Slaney Sodders look for a score. They might get one at the far side. Chance coming in from the left hand side, and a point has been registered. It's a 3-point game again. Wexford leading now by 15 points to 1 goal. 15 points to Squabbles got kind of straight. Definitely it's a 3-point game after that one by Lee Chin. Colin Spillane.
Yeah, I think Matthew Hannon's definitely in trouble there. Looked like he pulled up fairly quickly. was it his calf or his ankle or something like that. But yeah, I think, as you said, the scoreboard has been a bit all over the place. It's 2 points, I think, yeah, so it's 110 to 15 points. But again, the crowd are really getting into it. You can probably hear them here behind us. So, yeah, should be a great last 15-20 minutes of this match.
Yeah, Leach in with that one. That brings his tally to 8. For the moment, though, Wexford will be concerned. They've made 4 substitutes. They have a man down injured. They have the 2 O'Connors on in the attack, of course. They lost Conor MacDonald in the first half, and they also lost their influential defender, Damien Rick, the centre-back as well. So a stoppage in play at the moment. Time to take stock. 2 points between the teams, I beg your pardon. 15 to 1 goal and 10. A couple of results from you from the Cork Credit Unions today. Division 1 Football League. Nemo 114, Valley Rovers 1-7, Castlehaven 112, Kilnamasha 1-3, and Aerogue 111, Ballincollig 6 points, and Ballincollig this morning. Going to also Division 2 results there. Carrigaline 112, Clyde Rovers 7 points, Clonakilty 2-8, St Michael's 110, and O'Donovan Rossa 12 points, Newcestown 7 points. In Division 4, plenty of action as well. Ahabullock 4-10, Bandon 3-12, Eve Leary 111, Balchi Blues 5 points, and in Division 5, low scoring game, Glenville 1-7, Drumtara 6 points, Boabree 1-9, Ballinor 4 points, and Kinsale 10 points, Glanmire 7 points. We have David Clark, the number 3, is going to be on to the Wexford team. He was a pretty newcomer to the squad. He was originally named to play today, didn't line out, so it's tough luck on Wexford to lose 3 players through injury. There's no question. This is, I think it's Matthew O'Hanlon is coming off, in fact. There just can't see his number. It is Matthew O'Hanlon coming off. That's tough on them, Colin, because 3 players are out of a team, a side that's obviously only bringing players back from injury, is a big blow.
Yeah, definitely, and 3 of their better players. And yeah, just looking at Matthew O'Hanlon coming off, and you could see it looks he looks in a fair bit of bother. I think it could be his knee or it could be his ankle, or he's definitely limping very heavily and being carried off there, so that's definitely a big concern for the Wexford management now.
So Dave Clark got in now to the full back line to join Simon Donoghue and Shane Rick, but the Wexford management team certainly concerned long term even and the prospects of today's match number 1, but to lose 3 players 15 to 110, though they do still lead, remember, after 56 minutes, but the clock has been stopped for quite a while until now, and now means Conor Hearn is in the action for Wexford. He's threatened but hasn't scored. He's racing down the wing, gives the ball over there to Charlie McGuckin lays the ball off. Wexford in with a chance here to open up a 3-point game. That was a good response there. The ball is struck between the posts there by Mike Dwyer. That's another one for him. I said he was lively, I said he was good, I said he was busy, and certainly he's able to score as well. He's got plenty of scores last year in the league and the championship, and he tapped that one over the bar with real confidence there after a nice movement involving 3 Wexford players. 16 points, plays 110. Cork now maybe looking again. That lull in the game probably didn't actually help them. They'd have been better if the momentum kept going, and Kevin Foley tried to set up something for Cork. I think the hand pass might be a straight up by Foley as he gave it to her, and that's going to be a free in for Cork, 65 metres out from goal. And one more time, Shane Kingston running out and walking over to the 65 metre line to take this one. The overall context of the game, Cork with 6 points, as we said, with that plus 12 scoring difference going into it. At the moment, Clare, Limerick and Galway all on 4 points, having finished their matches. Westmeath at the bottom of the table, and Wexford with 2 points. So a Wexford win here would really close it up. It would mean Clare, Limerick, Galway and Wexford would all have 4 points, and Cork would have 6 going into the last round of matches, and anything could happen then, because anything is obviously possible in that case scenario. If Cork win here, it's clear cut, they're in the league semi-final. As Shane Kingston takes the free 60 metres out from goal. It's a high one, but it's a good one by Shane Kingston. It raises another flag for Cork, and it puts it back to 16 to 1 goal and 11. 2 points between the teams here in Páirc Creve. We've 12 minutes remaining in it. It could go either way, Colin.
Yeah, absolutely. A vital score there for Cork just to keep it, get back to a 2-point game, and looks like Seamus Harney again winning the puck out, so Cork will be on the attack here again. Yeah, so definitely going to be an exciting last 12 or 15 minutes.
Shane Barrett linking there with midfielder Brian Roach as Cork go forward looking for another score, running into strong, persistent Wexford challenges. They've been there all day. They've worked very hard, the Slaney Saddles, and Conor Hearn was the man that scooped the ball away. It's gone out the left wing towards Connell Flood. He was challenged though by Conor Callan. He got it to his clubmate Ethan Toomey, and he sent it into the mix to Kieran Joyce, who tried to break a challenge, but he was held up, the referee said illegally so, by the Wexford cornerback, and that's going to be a free in, and this will be a chance again now for Cork to trim it back again. Kevin Foley, the man that committed that foul, he might have said he stood his ground, but there wasn't much stopping Kieran Joyce there. When he gets going, he's so strong and so hard to stop.
Yeah, he is very powerful runner with the ball, but again, Kevin Foley came in, his hand was too high in the tackle. You have to keep your hand low, and that, in fairness, he's been Sean Clear's been letting the game flow, but when you have a high hand like that, the referees will give the free straight away.
Here's Shane Kingston, just ever so slightly left of the post and left of midfield as he sends it again. It's high, heading towards the Blackrock goal. Is it coming down between the posts? Yes, is again the answer to the same question. We are back to just a point between the teams. 16 points to Wexford, 1 goal and 12 to Cork, and that goal by Padraig Power, a huge score for the Leaseotters as we watch Cork now trying to chase down, trying to get level. They've been chasing this game. It's been trapped to line so far from a Wexford point of view. They've led from the very first whistle. They're only a point ahead with 10 minutes remaining. Can they get a couple of more scores? Mikey DeWell's working hard for them, but so too is Niall O'Leary. Winning possession for Cork, starting on the Soul run. Up the line he goes, and the Holy Wexford defender just averted it out Connell Flood, and that's going to be a Cork sideline right on halfway. The traffic moving towards the City goal. That's where Cork fans want to see it happening. Tommy O'Connell lining up the sideline, 65 metres out from goal. O'Connell playing it right half back, Rob Downey playing it left half back, and Deaton Toomey playing in midfield now in a reshaped middle of the field there for Cork. This is the sideline from the Middleton man, looking for Jack O'Connor, who's coming to the action. Seen very little of the ball so far. He has it now. Can he get it with the space 40 metres out from goal? Oh, that was a good recovery challenge there by Wexford's Rory O'Connor, who came back and intercepted just as the Stars man was lining up. The pass out towards David O'Keefe. David O'Keefe challenged there on the ground. He's going to get a free for that. That's going to be a free out for Wexford. Man that was doing the sinning there was Jack O'Connor, and O'Keefe is down. His helmet is off. He seems to be holding his leg as well. Initially I thought he was holding his hip, but the game has stopped, and I suppose from a Wexford point of view, I know it's definitely an injury column, but that's what they want at the moment. They just want to break this effort by Cork to come back into the game. Yeah,
they do. Obviously it's only a 1 point game now. Wexford is slowing down. I thought that was a harsh enough yellow card by Jack for Jack O'Connor for Cork, but it's more of a clumsy tackle, but it looks like maybe a bit of a dead leg here. But in fairness to Shane Kingston, he's been excellent at the frees today. I don't think he's missed one in kind of wet conditions, so again all to play for a 1 point game here. 61 minutes gone.
Yeah, 8 for Shane Kingston, 2 for Shane Barrett, 1 for Brian Hayes, and a goal and a point for Padraig Power. That's the Cork tally, 112 at the moment. 16 points for Wexford. Half of them have been scored from the stick of Lee Chin. 61 minutes gone, but there's going to be a lot of stoppage time in this game because it is dripping a lot, going and stopping and going. Couple of results from you. East Cork through the Football League Division 3, Glenville losing out to Russell Rovers. Russell Rovers 12 points, Glenville 6 points. Division 2, Father O'Neill's against Arizona. It was Arizona 113, Father O'Neill's 1-9. Big win for Cargnavar, 4-16 to 3 points against Castlemartyr in Division 1. Also on that grade, Carrigtwohill 4-11, Cloyne 2-2, and also on the top grade there, it finished Ahada 1-8, Liz Gould 1-8. That game took place in Rostellan a little earlier on. Here, still no sign of Damon O'Keefe being fit and ready to return. He's back on his feet alright, and now there's a sign that the helmet is going on. Wexford can't afford to lose him. I keep referring to their misfortune with injuries and the key players that they have lost today. They all have been big players, and you've got to credit them. They've battled, they've kept going. With 8 minutes remaining on the Porky Creeve clock, they lead by 16 points to 1 goal and 12. You feel there's another kick in Cork though, maybe there might be something else coming. Wexford are warming up. Ross Banville, who was their free taker, left out of the starting team today. The free by Wexford has gone down the throat of the Cork defence. It's got by Tommy O'Connell. He gives it to Ethan Toomey, who to bend low to try and pick the ball up. Getting it out to the left wasn't easy though. Lee Chin has robbed the Cork man. Lee Chin from almost an impossible angle, and Lee Chin with the point of the match. He had no right to go for it, but he got it, and Wexford 2 ahead again.
Yeah, Chin has definitely been Wexford's main player today. I think that's his third point from play. He's hitting the frees as well. He's won an awful lot of ball out there at centre half forward, and he's really playing a leader's role for Wexford.
Cork will be a bit disappointed. They look, they were in control of that defensive situation. They're coming short out of defence. They've got to, and Niall O'Leary. Rob Downey is available, and Rob Downey coming up the left wing now, and Rob Downey striking it left-handed inside into the corner to try and get Cork moving inside, to try and get them motoring with Padraig Power. The goal scorer steps inside Simon Donoghue, running in looking for a goal. The challenge came in by the Wexford man, and then David O'Keefe was there back on his feet and back to give the pass to Ian Carty, the right half back. Carty sends it down into midfield. Downey's hand went up, but he'd no Holly. Was it knocked out of his hand? Wherever it was, he hasn't got it. It ran behind though to Kieran Joyce, and he won't give it to Rob because Rob has no Holly. He gives it instead to Tommy O'Connell, trying to untangle himself from the challenge of Lee Chin. He succeeds in doing that, and that's going to be a free for Cork. 7,251 people watching this game here. We say well done to the Cork Minor Camogie team as well, because they got off to a winning start today with a comprehensive first defence of their title against Dublin. Well done to them. Excellent start by Joey Wallace's team. In the challenge games early on, Cork defeated Galway by 18-12 here in the minor game, and the 20 match win for Cork defeated Wexford by 19 points to 16. At the moment, Shane Kingston lining up this free. 17-112, Wexford lead Cork. This is right on halfway. Kingston looks like this is going to be a bit short. It was longer out. Who's going to get it? Ball breaking inside. A challenge on the Wexford man, Kevin Foley, who went to get the ball. He was fouled. I would say that's probably a free out. Referee sounded the whistle straight away. He went down on the ground, and that's going to be a chance for maybe Wexford to clear their lines. Just those National Hurling League results again from earlier on today. It finished 318-118 for Antrim against Laois, 225-117 for Kilkenny against Dublin. 2 goals there from Owen Cody. And 124-22 points. Galway winning in Ennis, having been 8 points to 1 down early on. That's a yellow card again just being flashed there for Seamus Hannity. I just saw on the corner of my eye. Colin, was there too much involved in that?
A small bit rusty tackle, I think. Just a small bit wild with the hurley, but there was nothing more than a yellow card on it.
17-112. It's a free out for Wexford. It's stopping. It's very broken. There's no flow, there's no rhythm to the game, but Wexford are still ahead. They lead by 2 points at the moment. We've 5 minutes remaining, but I'd say there's 10 minutes of hurling left in this match as Wexford goalkeeper goes with that long free all the way behind the Cork full back line. It goes back to gather up is Tommy O'Connell. Has struck a lot of ball today out to another man who's done well. That's Ethan Toomey flicking the ball over the head of a Wexford man to Kieran Joyce at centre back. Kieran Joyce got across there. The ball was intercepted. A chance for Wexford coming in, and Jack O'Connor went for the shot, and a great save by the goalkeeper Patrick Collins. That could have been good enough. Cork possibly with a great save by the goalkeeper after Jack O'Connor mopped up a bit of sloppy play there, took the shot, but the goalkeeper Patrick Collins very alive there. Cork are making a change. This could be one of their final changes today. On comes Cormac Bozang, and off comes Ethan Toomey off the Cork team. So we've a 65 as a result of that great save, and credit Patrick Collins. He really had to stand up there.
Yeah, it was a brilliant save. He actually had made his way outside the goals to look for a short pass, which keepers obviously nowadays that's what they're doing, but the pass was just intercepted, and so he did really well to get back in. It was a brilliant save. So, but again, Lee Chin has a chance here to put him up by 3 points to 65. So there's only 66 minutes gone here.
And the clock is ticking, and the scoreboard, it could click over. Another point in favour of Wexford. He's been flawless throughout the course of the afternoon. This is a 65 then. I think Conor Callan is the latest man to take up midfield duty for Cork. He's moved in where Ethan Toomey moved out, and he is watching Lee Chin striking this one, and he has missed it. So 9 doesn't become 10. It was a crucial one. He just didn't like it. He looked at it for a long time after striking it. Sometimes free takers just walk away very confidently, knowing that it's on its way. He took a long time looking at it, knowing that it wasn't really sure. Cork only 2 points behind. 3 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Probably loads of time left. 17-112 at the moment. Patrick Collins gave a give and go and didn't drop the ball up to Seamus Hannity. The ball went on the half forward line, gets the ball. He lays the ball off. Here's a chance for Cork to try and trim a 2 point margin back to 1, and he's got it. A third point for Shane Barrett in the day. Lovely work by Seamus Hannity, leaping up into the air and looping around with Shane Barrett, and he obliged. A third one for him. We're back to a 1 point game. That's textbook stuff.
Yeah, I was giving out about the long ball, but when you Seamus Hannity inside a 1-on-1, great catch, Shane Barrett off the shoulder, and a great score by him. So 1 point game now.
Cork still behind, Wexford still ahead. That has been the pattern of the game since the very first whistle. And the sideline to Wexford from their puck out over in the river side of the field, 60 metres out from goal. And it is a chance for Wexford maybe to build again and try and go on the attack again. Rory O'Connor will take this sideline over there, a long ways out from goal. Just is he going to go short or long? He just sends it right down the line to Lee Chin. That was a clever ball. A daisy cutter into the path of the running Chin from where he got the point the last time, but Cork do well this time to deal with it. They've won a free out as well. Just didn't allow Chin the opportunity for what he was trying to do, really, was come back inside and do what he did the last time, and did the free is very quickly taken. A bit of a comedy of errors here, but the referee said it was too quickly taken. He's going to call the play back. The free to be taken from the right time there, from the right spot. That was a bit bizarre there for the moment, a quickly taken free, but Cork got away with it.
Yeah, I think Owen Downey was glad to hear the referee blow the whistle back to bring it back. But it was kind of cut out. But again, you can see Wexford tiring a small, but Lee Chin in particular, he's had a brilliant game, but the last 5 minutes he missed that free. He gave away that ball, got caught in possession, so Cork seem to be hopefully finishing strongly here.
Patrick Collins takes the free, 50 out from goal. Shane Kingston has the ball there, one behind. They're looking for an equaliser. He sends the ball out to Shane Barrett, but the Holly of Ian Carty came in and flicked the ball away from the path of the Corkman out over the sideline. Shane Kingston to take it, 30 metres out from goal. Cork on the attack, on the ascendancy, 1 point behind. A point here, a share the spoils would be very, very important for Cork too. Move them to 7 points, 17 to 1 goal and 13 at the moment. Kingston with the sideline, along the ground he strikes it. It was a little bit telegraphed though. The Wexford number 12 Charlie McGuckian saw it coming. Cork tried to rob the ball back again. Wexford with lots of bodies back in defence. That's excellent play out of defence there. That is brilliant individual skill by the Wexford cornerback, who runs out. Shane Reck gives it out towards the right hand side of midfield towards Jack O'Connor there, and Jack O'Connor sends it down the field. It would embellish what was a lovely bit of play. Kevin Foley was actually the man that brought the ball out of defence. Fantastic individual skill. Unfortunately from his point of view it didn't finish in the score, as O'Connor's delivery just went right in the post, and Cork go on the attack at the far side with Cormac Bozang, who's just into the action. Cork a point behind at the moment. High looping delivery inside towards the square. Backs and forwards go up for Dave Clark is there, remember, for Wexford now, and Simon Donoghue as well. Cork trying to get a touch to the back of the net. The ball is spilled behind. It's going to be picked up there by Jack O'Connor. What can he do? Turning around, trying to get an equalising score. Wexford say no, Cork say yes, but yes is the right call. It's the equalising score, and Cork are on level terms as we just go into the 70th minute. 17 points to 1 goal and 14.
Yeah, again, long ball by Cormac Buzang. Seamus Hanley broke it down. Jack O'Connor, first touch, picked it up and kind of from a tough angle over his shoulder. So level game here.
5 minutes to stoppage time. No surprise about that from a Cork point of view. Time to try and win this game as they try and win the ball from the puck out. They have got it there out the near side to Conor Callan after great work there by Owen Downey. Owen Downey fisting the air in the light, absolutely having done very well in that defensive play there. And Cork looking like now that they have the know-how and they have the ability to try and go on, as they want to bring on Alan Cadigan to replace Padraig Power in the inside forward line. So Cadigan into league action here, and Kieran Joyce standing over the ball to try and put the Rebels on the attack inside his own 65 metre line with 71 minutes almost played of the 75, all square. And Cork haven't been level with Wexford since the very first minute of the contest, and the last minute of normal time they've got level now. Twice in the game they've been 6 points behind, 13-7 and 6-0 score in the opening 20 minutes of the contest. Joyce leaves the free to Patrick Collins in the left half back role. Could he be the hero? Does he fancy himself? Does he think he can put it over the bar? The slitter is striking towards the goal, the City goal. It's brought down inside, it's broken towards Colin Buzang, Cormac Buzang, and Buzang has put it in the back of the net. The super sub has reacted the quickest. Low along the ground as the ball broke inside a ground stroke, and that could be the goal from Cormac Buzang that will put Cork in the league semi-final. They lead Wexford by 2-14 to 17 points. The long free inside by Patrick Collins hung in the air for wide as the ball broke. Buzang reacted, and Cork got 3 to the good, and now the gauntlet is very much left to Wexford to try and come back. Don't rule him out though. Ian Carty towards Rory O'Connor, delivered inside to the edge of the square. Wexford looking for something from somewhere with Jack O'Connor over the top of the left position. Good defending by Cork there, way back in the fence. Could have been a free there, maybe not given. Ball is inside near the exclusion zone. Owen Downey trying to pick the ball up, now near the corner flag, and he pivoted away off his left and struck the ball out over the sideline. It will do from a Cork point of view, give them a chance to organise. What about that goal?
Yeah, again, Pat Collins a long free. He went for it. Again, Seamus Harney inside, broke it down, and Cormac Buzang, fairness to him, reacted well, was pulled on the ball, a great goal. And Owen Downey, I think full back there, has played excellent in the second half, winning that last ball there again.
And Cork have won a free after the play developed from there. It was Kieran Joyce who bust in there, won the ball, was challenged high as he came out, and 45 out from his own goal. Joyce has won a free. He's been excellent for Cork, and a chance for the Rebels now with 72, almost 73 minutes gone in this game, just to try and see this one through and see it over the line here. The Wexford number 10 Conor Hearn has got a yellow card for that challenge on the Cork number 6, and Patrick Collins, who set up a goal a couple of moments ago with his last long delivery, could do likewise as well. The main thing from his point of view is they're going to keep the ball up at the other side of the field and keep Cork on course for a league semi-final. Remember, at the break they trailed by 10 points to 6, having trailed by 6 points to no score after 20 minutes. and having trailed by 13 points to 7 early in the second half. That goal by Patrick Powers inspired them. Here's Patrick Collins with a huge delivery, hitting inside the square. Hansen Holly's go up, ball breaking away. Ian Carty got it for Wexford, trying to come out with it. Out this near side, he gives it towards Rory O'Connor, who is fouled, and that's going to be a free out to Wexford. One more opportunity, but now at this stage it looks like they're going to have to raise a green flag, Colin.
Cork are up 3 points. It looks like Jack O'Connor here could be getting a second yellow, so that would be a red card. Quite unlucky now, to be honest. I thought both challenges, he's getting a second yellow.
He got a vital point when he was on, but he got a yellow card on the other side of it, and that has turned into a red. So Cork finishing with 14, Wexford taking the free too quickly for the referee's liking. We've only a minute remaining. It's a case of getting everybody back to guard the house.
I think Wexford are going to try and maybe go short with this free and then drive it in long into the 6-yard box, so hopefully Cork will be able to keep it out.
James Lawler is directing operations. He's the goalkeeper. Not surprisingly, he gives it out the far side to Simon Donoghue, who's got plenty of space. He runs to the centre back roll and he sends it down in around the house. Can a Cork hand get a touch on it just to break it out? There will be a Wexford man that will get it. Here's Cahill Dunbar trying to race in there, the midfielder back towards Conor Hearn, and he lashes it in for a point over the bar, but that is probably not good enough for Wexford. Only 30 seconds remaining. 2-14 to 18 points, 2 points between them, and Cork have produced a second half performance again, which looks like it's had turned the match around. They were very good at the start of the second half in Galway, superb right throughout the course of the second half, remember, against Limerick here. And here they've certainly reserved their best for the second 35 minutes. They lead 2-14 to 18 points. The puck out by Patrick Collins up the left wing. Just keep the ball up there. He's got it to the ball winner, Shamie Hannity, over near the sideline, down on his knees. Was he pushed? Wexford standing there looking for something. Dave Clark, the number 3 there, has at least won a sideline for his team. There's a long way down there for Wexford to try and get down the field. Ian Carty, the number 5, is going to take the sideline. He just hit it very, very quickly. Maybe not any great intent in it. Conor Callan was there in midfield, busting away, laying it off to Shamie Hannity. 50 metres out from goal. Up the sideline he goes. He's going to give it back to Conor Callan. Been surrounded by a couple of Wexford players. Now lining up a point scoring opportunity. A wide is probably as good as a score. It's neither. It drops into the hand of the goalkeeper, James Lawler. We're over time and 75 minutes was due to be played, and that is it in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, and Cork have pulled it out of the bag again. They have won by 2-14 to 18 points, and they are in the league semi-final, most likely probably against Kilkenny in a couple of weeks' time. And Cormac Bozang is the hero, having come on. He's getting hugs over there from a couple of the backroom team. A big moment for him, and a big result for Cork, Collins Milan.
I think they'll be delighted with that. As I said, for long periods of the game they weren't really playing well, but you'd expect that from a very inexperienced team. Wexford came out all guns blazing. The Cork in the second half there, Seamus Harnedy made a massive difference coming on, just that bit of experience. Kieran Joyce and Lee Chin had a great battle throughout the game, but I think Pat Ryan will be delighted. So many fellas have got game time now, and they'll be looking forward to that game against Kilkenny.
From a Wexford point of view, was it the case they just ran out of steam late on?
It seemed to be. In fairness, they were excellent in the first half. They worked really hard. Defending was top notch, but again they'll be concerned with those 3 injuries that went off. Damien Reck, Conor MacDonald, and particularly Matthew O'Hanlon looked like he was in a bit of bother there coming off in the second half, so they'll definitely be concerned about that.
Cork with lots of positives. Finbar McCarthy, Padraig Power, we were talking at half time, working very hard, and his vigilance produced the goal that probably turned the game.
I think the long delivery from his club mate Shane Barrett, and he kept his eye on the ball. Other people mightn't have, but it was a good finish. He worked hard all through the first half, but unlucky for a couple of scores. He got a goal and a point in the second half, and I'd say if we didn't get that first goal, we would have really struggled, because we were finding it difficult to make inroads into Wexford lead. I don't think it wasn't that much of an impressive performance, but again, a lot of game time into players. Seamus Harnedy, Jack O'Connor got sent off, which is a bit rash out of him. That's the second time in 3 years now getting sent off with a second yellow card. Seamus Harnedy looked good. Robert Downey got a good game. As Colm said, Owen has been very good. Owen has probably been Cork's most consistent player in the league so far, but at the end of the day they're into the semi-final with a game to spare, and in the context of the way the championship is structured, that's important. But the one thing though, John, the last 2 games they haven't been that impressive, so whether it is the training or not, certainly they'll need to up it from here on in.